Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If y'all are new here, my name is Caroline and you should totally subscribe and join the man fam. Today I'm going to be showing y'all how I pose and edit my Instagram photos. I think the whole era of preset, having the picture perfect feed, and oversaturated photos or very cool toned photos has gone away. I could be wrong, but I personally went through both of those phases on my Instagram, and now I just really love the natural look, the film look, all that stuff. I'm gonna show y'all two photos and examples of how I edit my Instagram pictures, and then I'm also gonna show how I pose for them because I get lots of questions and posing for Instagram photos can be kind of awkward. It is what you make of it. And I feel like I've gotten very comfortable now where I'm able to give my friends tips who are maybe camera shy, and yeah, just like the best angles, the best tips and tricks to take photos. First up, before we even go into editing, all that stuff, let's talk camera tips. Basically, my favorite hacks and tricks that many people don't actually know about. You're gonna need your phone. My first trick when it comes to taking photos is to keep the live video on. So when you're on your camera, there's a button in the top that looks like a bunch of rings. You're gonna wanna make sure that that says live is on. That way, whenever you take a photo, because it takes like a live video within that photo, you can go back and say you don't like the photo that you took. It takes like 20 frames. You can select which one you like that could have been better than the actual photo itself. It's pretty genius. Play with the lighting. Sometimes your phone can make things way too saturated. The lighting is way too bright. To achieve a really minimalistic, clean looking photo, my best tip is to tap your phone and then you see the box with the little sun next to it. You're gonna tap the sun and pull down. And you can see that the lighting is dropping. Everything is becoming more clear and in focus. That's how I get pictures that look like this instead of like this. This is really helpful, and if you've ever wondered how people get a very minimalistic look, that is how. Whenever you're having somebody take your photo, tell them beforehand to not take 3 photos and then be like, okay, done. Also, do not zoom in. Sometimes my parents like to zoom in on photos and I'm like, no, that distorts the quality. So whenever you're having somebody take your photo, I don't think it's mean to ask them, can you please take a lot, because then you get a bunch of options versus having to be like, hey, can you do this again? Whenever my mom or dad takes my photo or my friends, I literally tell them to like hit the screen so many times, taking so many photos, because yeah, you just get the best options. It's also time efficient because you don't have to go back if you don't like them. And then the last tip that I would say for photo taking, which this may sound redundant and like, well, duh, but a lot of people actually don't know this. So wherever the lighting is coming in, so this is my wall, right? I wouldn't film a video facing my wall and then the windows in the background because the lighting would just be booty. So whenever you're taking photos, make sure that wherever the lighting is coming in, wherever you can physically see the most amount of light, that's where your camera or your phone needs to be closest to. And then you're gonna stand away from it. Your photos are gonna turn out so much better. I know a lot of times people go on family vacations, they're like, yes, let's get a family photo. You ask a random person to take one, but they take it from like this way. So the lighting is terrible, there's just shadows, and yeah, you're all the way on a family vacation and the photo didn't even turn out good. That is what I would say for the basics, the knowledge of how to take a good Instagram photo, whether it be somebody taking one of you or you're taking like a aesthetic nature one. The app that I edit all of my photos on is EPIK, and that's spelled EPIK. And I also would like to thank EPIK for sponsoring today's video. Not only is this app free, but they offer so many filters, effects, retouching options, such a variety that every other app that I've used in the past doesn't have, or you have to pay a ridiculous amount of money for. So we're gonna start off with the scenery photo. So once you go into your EPIK app, under filters, there are 2 different types of filters that I put for this one. So espresso or white film. The reason why I really like these 2 is because I love that clean white look. It still keeps the original photos natural beauty and lighting, but it gives it that tweak that just makes it 10 times better. So typically I'll do a filter and then I'll do an effect, or I could just leave it at the filter. Once I've got my filter on for the scenery photo, then I'm gonna move move over and hit effects. One of my favorite ones is titled Film 1, and it gives it this super cool vintage film camera effect without actually having to get an actual film camera. I don't know, it's kind of edgy. I really like it. And so yeah, that's basically how I would edit a scenery photo without me or somebody else in it. For this second photo, I got so many questions when I posted it on how I edited it. I'm gonna give you guys the scoop because this photo, the before and after, is actually insane. Like, it just totally transformed it into this beautiful photo. So first I'm gonna go under filters and I'm gonna hit the 8mm 2. 8mm effect is a disposable camera lookalike, only digitalized. I never invested in a film camera because there's no reason to get one when you can easily apply a 35mm or an 8mm film effect and it looks exactly the same. So yeah, for that photo, you can see there's a huge difference from the before and after, and that's it. It's extremely easy. With some photos, it depends on lighting if you want to adjust it, but these filters are so versatile and high quality that you can find one that works pretty much on any photo. I'm gonna put another photo on the screen and let's go through these. The first feature is remove tool. So all you do for this, you hit the button remove tool, adjust, and then remove whatever you want to be removed in the background. EPIK really has your back on this one because you don't have to pay a thing to do this. Second feature is the patch tool. All you do, hit patch tool, then you hit portrait, then you hit patch. This helps you patch anything that looks misplaced, miscolored, out of the ordinary. Third feature is the sky effects. This one's really cool. I actually played with this whenever I went to Seaside, got a bunch of photos of the sky and the water and all that. So basically all you do is hit sky effects, sky, and you can literally change the sky to look like there's stars in it, like there's a pretty sunset. It's insane. Fourth and final feature that I want to showcase is the batch edit. Hit home, multi-select. That's EPIK. Ever since I came across EPIK, I've been obsessed with it and I'm so excited to be working with them because I think everybody needs to know about this app. It'll make your life so much easier, make your Instagram feed just gorgeous, and also it's free. You can download the app from the link in the description box. And yeah. Now for poses and how I do my whole setup, because obviously I live alone now. It's been very, very difficult taking photos of myself. I had to find a way. So I'm gonna show you guys what I do and how I do it. Okay, so this is my best friend. So obviously, because I'm a YouTuber, I have a big tripod that I put my camera on, whatnot. I never thought though that I would ever get a tripod for my iPhone. One of the best investments I ever made. So I went on Amazon, I got this little guy. I don't think it was too expensive, but I love it because I can put my phone in it either vertically or horizontally. With all these knobs, I can twist how big I want it. I can also turn this knob and it'll change it to go up and down. And this is on its smallest setting right now, but when I open these flaps, it expands and extends to be super tall. Not only is this portable and very, very just cute and little, but it's very, very convenient. So how I take my photos is obviously I will stick my phone in the tripod like this and I'll tighten it, that way it stays in place. I'm literally gonna show an example right now. Like say I wanna take a selfie right now. So next I'm going to extend this a little bit. Adjusting is one of like the longest lengthy processes. My camera's like this and I wanna get like a cute little room picture. What I'm gonna do is hit the arrow on the top of my screen and hit self timer. We'll do 3-second timer. My live video is on and maybe I want to pull down the brightness a little bit. Okay, and then I keep doing that until I get the right shot. Oh, wait, I kind of like these. And that is how I take my Instagram photos. Like literally, in a nutshell, I could be standing up, I could be sitting down. That's how I take my Instagram photos. Now we're gonna get into some of my favorite poses and how to do them. Poses are very important, you guys. First, we've got the one arm in the air. With this one, you've got one arm in the air or both, and the other one is either touching something or just by your side. And typically you'll look away for this. So you'll do a little. Next one is both arms up. So this one is kind of if you're going hiking, if you're doing scenery or something, like there's a pretty background in the back. One of my favorite poses for that is to do something like be like, oh yeah. I promise you, this one always gives. Hand on your face. I do this one a lot. If you look at my Instagram feed, I definitely have a lot of these, but basically either doing something like this with the sun, like blocking it out, or like one finger on your head. You could do a smile. We've got the bad one. You're literally giving a serious face. I know it's really hard to do serious faces during photos if you've never done one. It's kind of sexy, serving look. One of the things that I like to do is hands down, do a little like shoulder up, pop a hip or something, and just give like a very, very stern face. And if you don't like the way that you look doing it, throw on some glasses, it looks the exact same. Then of course we've got the smiling one. I love smiling one, especially if like your body is turned. Sometimes it's awkward to just do like a facing the front smile picture day. I always like to turn my head, which I don't know, or I like to raise the shoulder when I smile. So something like that. Maybe like turning your body and being like, maybe like a angled a little bit smile. Flamingo. This one, very popular. It's you're standing up, you've got one leg raised. These are pretty good for mirror pictures, I wanna say. If you're really feeling yourself, do a flamingo pose. It looks really good. Also, if you've got coffee in your hand, do a flamingo pose, pop one of those legs up. It'll look amazing, I swear. And then last but not least, this one, I kind of just like the dainty arms. Many times I'll take photos, I'll have one of my arms like bent like this, kind of just like up in the air, like, I don't know, like play with your arms, mess them around. Also, you are the biggest critique of yourself, and that is one of the things that I had to get over whenever I was taking photos. I know it can be embarrassing, but if I can film with my camera out in public, you can definitely take photos and be feeling yourself, hyping yourself up. Whenever you take photos of other people, hype them up. I promise it makes things less awkward, and if you do it to them, then they'll do it to you, and then you'll just feel like so much better while taking photos. That's what I always do with my friends. I'm always like, yes, oh my gosh, you look so good right now. Woo! Like things like that, you know what I mean? That's it for today's video. If you guys liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you didn't, don't do anything. That is how I get my beautiful feed, tips and tricks for how to pose and take and edit Instagram photos. I hope this helped. I love y'all so much. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in my next video. Ciao.